Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday night free necklace call. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm so excited whoever invited you invited you. So if you're here, there's a good chance someone thinks that you would enjoy being part of our Park Lane business, or that you would be good at it, or that you could use some extra income, or that you just think this would be kind of fun. So I'm excited to share with you tonight. My name is Carolyn. For those of you I've not met, I'm a senior division leader in Park Lane, and I have been with them for 2 years. I can actually confidently say that because I had my 2-year anniversary last week. And I can honestly say I love everything about it. So I've been in direct sales now for almost 20 years. I mean, it's hard to believe, but I did start in my early 20s. I was a stay-at-home mom. At the time, I just had one little baby. He had just been born. My sister told me about a jewelry company she had joined. And me, being the supportive sister I am, I said, "What? Are you crazy? That sounds like a scam. I don't know anybody. I don't go to parties, and I'm not into jewelry." Click. And then a year later, she was still selling jewelry, and I was a stay-at-home mom making zero. And she was a full-time school teacher making a good salary and earning, one, two, $300 every time she did a jewelry party. So I finally went to one of these shows that she did for one of my friends, and I thought, oh, well, this is kind of fun. Like, someone else is showing me how to look cute, and there's snacks. And if I did this, I could help my friends get free stuff and I would make money. So I decided to join, and I was with that company for 18 years. I loved it. I had a wonderful experience. And then during the pandemic, that company closed, which kind of crushed me. But I had also, things had slowed down in that company, and I had started working a full-time job. And I just thought, maybe that's it. Maybe I'm supposed to go sell real estate or something, because I did not want to be trapped in my full-time job for forever. I had only taken that job on a whim. So when I heard about Park Lane, I was very skeptical, and I listened, thinking this is definitely not going to be for me. But after a few days, I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I went ahead and joined, and I have not looked back. It has been the most incredible experience. And what I want to share with you tonight is kind of the 3 Ps about Park Lane: the people, the product, and the programs. Because a lot of these things were the things I was concerned about before joining. I thought, well, the company's probably not very good. The product probably isn't as good as my last brand. And I'm sure they don't have good programs. I mean, those were the things that I was thinking. And I kind of want to put all of those maybe hesitations you might have to rest. And maybe this would be a good fit for you, something fun for you to start, especially as we head into the new year. So, a little bit about me. I am married. I have 2 boys now. They are now, remember that one was a baby. They are now 17 and 20. So I have a grown son who lives on his own, and I have a 17-year-old who is a senior in high school. So I'm like a half empty nester. And this is my girl time. So I love getting to do fun stuff with Park Lane. But a little bit about the people of Park Lane. They were founded in 1955. So they've been around for 67 years. And at first I thought, whoop-de-doo, lots of companies have been around for 67 years, but not direct sales companies. Direct sales was really just kind of even beginning back then. So very few companies have been around that long. And in 2020, when my other company was closing because they couldn't pivot with the whole pandemic and the virtual world, Park Lane had their biggest year ever. So I learned that this is not only a company that has stood the test of time, they're a company that can roll with the punches. And when a worldwide pandemic shuts down home shows, and they're a company based off of home shows, they taught their people how to do in-person events. And not in-person, online events. And we have thrived online. But now that the world has opened back up, we're back in people's homes if you want to be. We have a lot of stylists on our team that do their business 100% online. So you can choose what works for you. If you love Facebook and Instagram, you can do everything in those spaces. If you love seeing people face to face, you can do in-person events, or you can be like me and do kind of a combination of the two. But since the very beginning, the company has stood by their principles of only keeping 2% of the profit for themselves. So here in a minute, when I get to talk about the programs and you think, how's that even possible? Like, how do they even make money? I think I was talking to Denise last night and she goes, how do they even make money? And it's because they vowed to only take 2% of the profit for themselves, and the rest they pour back into the programs for their customers, their hostesses, and their stylists. And it was Arthur and Shirley Levine, this teenage newlywed couple, that started it back in the 50s. And then in the early 2000s, 3 of their children purchased it. And now their children already work in the home office and are being trained up. So it's a completely family owned and operated business. Let's talk about the second P, the product. I mean, hello, it's jewelry. If it's priced right and women like it, they will buy it. You do not have to be a rocket scientist to sell this stuff. You don't have to convince them to stop wearing their brand of jewelry and switch to your jewelry. Stop taking this and start taking this. Stop wearing this and start wearing this. They can add it into what they're already using. They can use it to build up the wardrobe that they already have. And I love that. And I love that in Park Lane, we really have a full service jewelry line. We have little dainty delicates like this necklace. I don't know if you can see it or if there's a horrible glare. My camera is never as good on my laptop as it is on my phone. Or we have designer inspirations like this. We have so many different styles of jewelry. We have boho. We have stuff that the little teenage girls love and things the more mature women love. And we have every price point. We have jewelry that starts out in like the low 20s and goes all the way up to like the 200s. We have a few pieces even beyond 200 that I think are left over from years ago, but the majority of our stuff is 200 and below. But even that stuff in the $100 to $200 price range, nobody pays those prices because of the amazing Park Lane sale. And I'll get to that in just a minute. But on top of that, our line of jewelry is all electroplated with 14 to 20 karat gold, or rhodium, which is what they actually electroplate your white gold wedding ring with. So it holds its finish better than silver does. It doesn't tarnish or oxidize like silver. And we just have amazing quality. We use a lot of genuine stones and semi-precious stones like agates. And this is genuine white turquoise in this bracelet that I'm wearing. We have a number of different genuine stones that we use. And I just love the quality of our jewelry. But on top of that, we have a guarantee that covers the jewelry even if the customer breaks it herself. So even if you sell it to your neighbor and she just got a puppy, like we just got a puppy. We got it for my son for Christmas and we got it a few days ago. And I think I might be more in love with the puppy than my son is. But say your neighbor purchases a piece of jewelry from you, and her puppy chews up that piece of jewelry. Park Lane would replace that in the first 4 months for free. And then after that 4 months, as long as it's still in the collection, they'd replace it for $10 plus shipping. Let's say it's not in the collection anymore, but she purchased it within the last year. They would still give her a credit to pick out something new for $10 plus shipping. Now, once it's been over a year and it's no longer in the line, the puppy chews it up. I feel like it's reasonable that it's no longer covered. But I love that their guarantee covers all of those things for at least a year, but sometimes longer. Like my silver impression bracelet, this has been in the collection since before I joined Park Lane, and I've been in for 2 years. If my puppy were to chew this up today, technically I could send this back for $10 plus shipping. That's crazy good. So our guarantee, really the only downside is it will totally spoil you against everybody else's guarantee because ours is better. So let's talk about the programs. This is my favorite part because Park Lane really does an amazing job of pouring into our customers, our hostesses, and us as stylists. So we'll talk about all 3 of those. So our customers first. You don't have a business without customers, right? So for our customers, every day of the year, 365 days a year, we have a buy 2, get 4 at half price sale, which means they can pick out 2 of the least expensive items, let's say a couple $22 pair of earrings, and then they can get up to 4 items at half price that are more expensive. We like to compare this to what if you went into Dillard's or Macy's and you purchased 2 pairs of socks, and then they said, you can now pick out 4 designer handbags for half price. I mean, we might not be able to afford all 4 designer handbags because even at half price, those suckers are expensive. But wouldn't you want to take advantage of a sale like that? Absolutely. And that is why women love to shop with Park Lane. And then they sweeten the deal. On top of that, every single week we have different customer specials. So we can pretty much bank on the fact that we will at least have, when they spend 90 on their full and half price items, they can pick out any item up to 200 for only 30. That's a given. But sometimes it gets even better. Like this week, because it's getting closer to Christmas, they're doing spend 60, get 2 $200 items for $30 a piece. Sometimes there's a free item involved. The fact that Park Lane switches it up gives you a reason to go back in front of your friends, to post on social, to do whatever it is that makes your friends and your customer base go, ooh, that's a good deal. And they come back and they shop again. On top of that, Park Lane does these things called style drops. So I'm going to use this as an example. This is no longer available. This was our denim impression bracelet. I want to say maybe 8 months ago. This was a limited edition color that came set in silver. And when they placed a $40 order, they could get this for $30. But it's about a $200 value. And they do this all the time. Usually about once or twice a month, we have a style drop that is a limited edition specialty item valued with a price tag this big that they can get for this much for a very small amount with any $40 purchase. So again, that gives you a reason to go back in front of your customers, and people kind of get hooked. I will confess, I am hooked. I don't know if anybody else on here wants to put up a heart or raise their hand and say, yes, I'm a Park Lane addict. Yes, I see some hands. Because it's so fun. You know you're getting a good deal. You know you're getting quality jewelry, and it's just exciting, and your customers love it. So style drops are another thing that help keep your business going. So let's talk about what they do for our hostesses, because I truly believe it's this customer special, the buy two, get four at half price. Let's just not even think about all the other stuff. The buy two, get four at half price. We like to call it our 6-pack deal. That is something that women love. And what do we know about women? 1, we love a good sale. 2, we love to tell our friends about it. So that's why so many women like to host parties, because yes, they're going to get a lot of free stuff, which I'll explain in a second. But they also know that if they invite their friends to this event with Park Lane, their friends are going to get a good deal. And that means a lot to us as women. We want to know that our friends are going to have fun and they're going to get a good deal. But on top of the good deal, when they host a party, Park Lane is going to give the hostess a $200 item for $30 as a thank you, just for hosting. They're also going to give her free credit for every single person that orders on her party, no matter how big or small the order is. Even if it's only a $22 order, Park Lane is still going to give the hostess $20 in free shopping credit. I think that's amazing. But the magic happens when we get our hostess to 10 orders. Park Lane doubles that shopping credit to $40 per order. So with 10 orders, she gets at least $400 free, and there's no cap on that. So an 11th order would be $440, 12th would be $480, 15 orders would be $600. Denise just hit 20 orders last night. She got $800 in free jewelry. It was amazing. And on top of that, Park Lane gives us 2 $50 awards that we can use to incentivize our hostess to do different things. If you wanted to just say, hey, I need a show next Tuesday, I will give you $100 in free jewelry to do a show next Tuesday. You could do that. And for these $50 awards, they're called Fast 50s. We pay $10 a piece for those. The way I like to use them is I will say, if you have 10 people on the live, I'll give you $50 free. Or I might say, if we get X amount of bookings, I'll give you $50 free. Or I might say, if you rebook for next year, I'll give you $50 free. You can use these bonuses however it benefits you and your hostess the most. And all you pay for them is $10 a piece, which is incredible. In my former company, we had a hostess plan and we had some bonuses, but they were very set. The hostess had to do exactly this. And if she didn't do exactly that, you couldn't give her the bonus. And in Park Lane, they're like, no, here are your tools. Do with them what you want. And I love that. Plus, our hostess gets to shop at half price. She gets 4 items at half price at every show. And what I love about the half price items in Park Lane, earlier I talked about the buy two, get four at half price for your customers. You make commission off of all of that. A half price item, say it's $100 item, half price, she pays 50, you're going to make commission off the $50. In my former company, a half price item meant I was making zero. So in Park Lane, even when the hostess uses her half price items, you're making commission off of that. So that's a pay raise. If you've ever done direct sales before, it's probably the same for you as it was for me. But your hostesses love the half price items. And when any of her friends book a party from her party, then she's going to get an extra $200 item for $30 at their party. So that encourages her to say, hey, you should have a show. I can't get everything I want on my wish list tonight. Why don't you have a party? I'll come to your party. And then when she has a party, she says, you should have a party. I'll come to your party. So it just helps perpetuate your business. And it guarantees that you always have new shows coming in. So do you see why the customer specials and the hostess plan work hand in hand? It really is a beautiful system. So let's talk about what they do for the stylists. I'm a stylist. You're thinking about being a stylist. Some of you on here are brand new stylists. Once you become a stylist in Park Lane, you can offer fundraisers to any 501c3 organization, which I think is huge. Because if you do a fundraiser the Park Lane way, Park Lane will donate 50% of the sales to that nonprofit. And out of the other half, they will still pay you your commission. Now, when you do a fundraiser like this, they're not going to do hostess perks or customer sales, but you could still raise big money for cancer research, dog rescue, schools, sports, whatever you want to do. And instead of them selling high dollar cookie dough wrapping paper popcorn, they could be selling nice jewelry and focus on the $40 to $60 items or $20 to $60 items. And then the school or whatever nonprofit you're doing this for would make half of the sales, and you would still be able to earn commission off of that. You also have not one, but two luxury travel trips that you can earn every single year. So since I've been with Park Lane, I've earned a trip for two with airfare included to Key West, Aruba, Hawaii, and Cabo. Pretty soon, starting in January, they're going to announce the next trip contest. So if you were to join us now in December, you'd be able to figure out how to, build a cart, start a party, and start strong in January. And you would be starting in that trip contest with us. When I earned my first trip with Park Lane, I had only been in the company for about 2 months. So it's not like you have to be in a long amount of time. You don't have to build some huge, enormous team. Generally, to earn a trip, you just need 4 personal recruits and the right amount of sales, and you can earn the trips. So you don't have to work your way up till you're like a top dog leader. Everyone at the beginning of the trip contest starts at the same level. So January 1st, I will be the same level as all of you in the trip contest. And I will help you all earn it with me because I love to travel with my friends. We also have free jewelry that you can earn every single month. We can earn over $1,100 in free jewelry with our Rich Rewards Club based off of your sales and your recruiting. So you can earn anywhere from $250 all the way up to $1,150 every single month in free jewelry. And that's how you build up a collection to where you've got like extra stuff and you're able to do things like free necklace calls and give away free necklaces. And it doesn't bother you a bit because you have so much free jewelry that Park Lane has given you. Plus, you're also allowed to be your own hostess as many times as you want. So you know how we talked about when you get to 10 orders, the hostess gets $400 free? Well, if you're collecting orders from your friends and family all the time, every time you get that party to 10 orders, you close it, you not only make commission off that party, you also would get $400 in free jewelry. And I do that a lot. So let's talk about how you make money, because free jewelry and trips are wonderful, right? But you might actually need some cash. I personally got into this business with no plans or dreams of how much income I needed, but our family definitely needed income. So in Park Lane, everyone earns at least 30% commission, and you can work your way up to where you're earning 50% commission, and you never go backwards. So if you promote at any time in your business with Park Lane, you will never lose your status. You will never lose your commission level. So even if you come in as a fashion director earning 30%, and you recruit one friend who becomes a qualified stylist, you could promote to a branch level, which means you're already earning 35% commission, And even if that person got out, you would never lose your extra raise. You would never lose your title. That was big for me. In my former company, it was up and down, up and down, up and down. And with Park Lane, there is none of that. If you have been a leader in a previous company, say you built a significant team somewhere else and that company is no more or you're no longer with them, there's a good chance you could qualify for our direct appoint program because Park Lane recognizes and rewards leadership from other companies, which was huge for me because I was with another company for 18 years. I had a big team. And it's like if I had been the CEO of a bank, they would not have brought me in as a teller at another bank. So they brought me in as a leader with Park Lane. And that was without me bringing a team with me. So I love that they offer that. You never go backwards. We have no quotas. If all you want to do is get in and sell the jewelry, we have no quotas. So you will have a website for an entire year. You could do one show a week, one show a month, one show a year, sell to your friends and family. However you want to do it, you have no quotas. The only time you have to sell a certain amount of jewelry is if you do choose to build a team, you need to sell at least $600 worth a month to get paid from your team. But that's the only place it would come into play because we're not a pyramid scheme. It's not one person who signs up the whole world and sits back and just gets fat and happy on her money. You have to stay active if you want to get paid from your team, but that's the only time there's any kind of a quota involved. But if you do choose to build a team, you get paid on your team infinitely deep. We have no breakaways. So as someone on your team maybe promotes to the same level as you or possibly even higher, you're still able to earn income off of her and her team for the rest of her career and your career in Park Lane, which is kind of amazing. So if you're thinking, this sounds really good. Oh, wait a second. I almost forgot. I'm glad I glanced at my notes. You can double, triple, quadruple dip in all of these programs because we even have a Mercedes car program. So you might just be trying to win free jewelry every month. And while you're earning free jewelry, your points are going in the free jewelry bucket. They're also going in the trip bucket. And there's also this Mercedes car bonus bucket that I never thought I would get. And in my first month and a half in Park Lane, I realized I had earned the Mercedes car. And you can either they will pay up to $700 a month for a white Mercedes lease. I pull a fishing boat with my minivan. So imagine that with a Mercedes. Would not work. So I chose to take the cash bonus option, which means you can take a $500 a month cash bonus every month instead of the Mercedes. And we actually use that to pay for health insurance because I left my full-time job and now I buy my own health insurance. So my Mercedes bonus is a health insurance bonus. So you can do with it whatever you want. And if you ever you earn a trip and you don't want to go on the trip, you can cash out on the trips too. I hope I never have to do that. I want to go on all the trips. So let's talk about your starter kits. If this is something that you think would be fun to try out, we have 3 levels you can come in at. No matter which kit you choose, you will get the same amazing website. You will get the same amazing upline. You will get the same amazing service. So our basic kit is only $99. You get to pick out $500 worth of jewelry with that, which is pretty fun. I like picking out $500 worth of jewelry. But I would say our most popular kit is our business kit. It is $229. And with that, you get to pick out $1,000 worth of jewelry. And if you get the business kit or the next one I'm going to talk about, you get a Park Lane logo tablecloth, you get some little travel jewelry rolls and a little tote bag. Nothing that will make or break your business, but they're nice things. And then if you do the boss kit, it is $439. And with that, you get to pick out $2,000 worth of jewelry, which how fun is that, Denise? Denise just joined last night, so I keep shouting her out. She just had the big party and she got
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Thanks, Denise. And she did the big kit, so she got to pick out $2,000 in jewelry. But seriously, do not let money hold you back. Because if money is your issue, if you're thinking, Carolyn, I am thinking about doing this business because I need money, I don't have $400, do the $229 kit or do the $99 kit. Because your friend who invited you to this, either her or her leader will launch your business. She'll do a launch party for you. She'll teach you how to do all the things. You'll get the free jewelry from your launch party. You'll also start earning Rich Rewards Club, which is more free jewelry, and you can build your kit up along the way. Now, if you're wanting to do in-person home shows next week, or the first week of January, you should probably do the boss kit because you're going to want to have a substantial amount of jewelry right away. But if you're doing online parties, you don't need as much jewelry. So you choose what level works for you and your family. But I will tell you, most of my new stylists have $500, $1,000, $2,000 launch parties. So you're able to earn your money back very quickly. And what I love about Park Lane is we have no monthly website fees. You have an amazing website that you can cart share from, that you can send to your friends and family. You can share on social media, and it does a lot of bookkeeping for you. It's really incredible. And then in a year, if you decide this is great, you love it, you want to keep doing it, you just pay $100 to renew your website. That's it. So it's not like they're nickel and diming you along the way. You don't have to think, oh my gosh, I have to pay $20 for my website and I didn't do anything this month. You don't have to pay anything monthly. It's just after a year, if you think it's worth $100, then you pay that $100. If you think it's not, you don't. And on our team, we have amazing training. We have tons of videos available. We Zoom together at least once or twice a week. It's optional. You can come, you can watch the replays, or you can just be like, I'm just going to read the weekly email and call it good. It's totally up to you. So I'm going to post our little guest survey over in the chat right now. It always asks you for a keyword to prove that you were really here. And oh my gosh, I almost forgot. Our keyword today is going to be impression. Okay. Impression. You can misspell it. We'll know what you meant, because there is an extra special gift. It's not this denim colored impression bracelet, but it is called Frozen. There's a specialty color impression bracelet that I have not seen in person yet, but it's like a frosty blue color. I think it's set in matte gold. I can't remember. It's a special color of impression bracelet that none of us own yet. And all new stylists who sign up through tonight, it was supposed to end last Wednesday, and they extended it to this Wednesday, which reminds me, I forgot to tell you, we get paid weekly. Everything you turn in by Wednesday, you get paid for by the next Tuesday. I'm like, squirrel. But this Frozen bracelet that is going to look something similar to this is going to be your free gift when you join tonight. And I'm normally not like a high pressure person. I'm like, you wait and decide, think about it, take your time, whatever. But if you've been thinking about this for a while, if it's waking you up, if you're at work and you're thinking, gosh, it'd be fun if I could sell jewelry like my friend Denise or my friend Wendy or my friend Rayanne. I can't even see who all's on here right now. But if you've been thinking about it for a while, I kind of think now might be the time for you to try it, because it's towards the end of 2022. Anything you spend on your business this year would be a tax write-off. So if you've purchased jewelry previously this year, you could write it off. You would get the free Frozen bracelet. You could use some of your kit jewelry for Christmas presents if you absolutely had to. You could start sharing on social media right now and collecting orders, making money. And it's just so fun. So fill out that survey, talk to whoever invited you, and just try it out, because we're all having so much fun. And you can make a little bit of money, you can make a lot of money, or you can just work for free jewelry and have some fun girl time. It's totally whatever you want it to be. And we have an amazing team with great support. And all of those pretty graphics that you've seen posted in whatever Facebook parties you've been to were probably made by our graphic designer on our team. So you don't have to be able to make pretty pictures. You can use the pretty pictures that have already been made for us. That was one of my fears. I'm graphic design, not my forte, but we have someone that does that stuff for us. So I think I've shared everything. I'm going to stop the recording. That way, anyone that's here live can ask questions. But remember, the keyword is impression. If you join tonight, you get the free Frozen bracelet with whichever kit you decide. If you text the stylist that invited you, she can send you text instructions, and it takes like 5 minutes to sign up. And if you're watching this on the replay tomorrow, you can still go into the drawing for our free necklace if you fill out the survey by midnight tomorrow. So make sure you get that survey from whoever invited you. And thanks for joining us live or watching the replay. Bye. And if you're here live, wait just a second, because I'm going to let you all ask questions.